Guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here early in the morning, fixing to start planting corn.
My mother told me as a child, boy, don't play around with fire, 'cause you might just end up getting burned. And I know the wicked never rest, so I always try my best. But there's some lessons hard for me to learn, like good boys don't play with bad girls. Good boys stay away from them bad girls, them bad girls. The good ones just can't get me high, so I be falling on my lap.
Got Paul's tractor hooked up here with this 24-row corn planter, and it's been a little ordeal getting it going. I mean, we had to work on it a little bit. Got some new options going on this year. Got Boo Boo here with me. We just filled up a couple of gas cans to keep our 10-wheelers running, which hold the nitrogen solution we're putting in the ground along beside the corn seed placement. And those Honda motors, they need gas, and there's 2 of those trucks and 1 more. We're here at the fueling station. Like I say, getting that squared away. Every time we get fuel, we write it down, kind of keep a running tally of what we got in these tanks. These tanks are actually 30,000 gallons apiece. So so one of them, this one right here, is actually gasoline. This 30,000 is actually gasoline. This next one here is the highway fuel. And then the last one down there is the non-highway. So good thing about having good fuel tanks on the farm, you don't have to run uptown, kill 30 minutes filling up your fuel tanks on your trucks. I mean, you do it right here. And so that's really been a helpful thing for us. All right, Boo Boo, you ready to get at it?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Boo Boo's recently lost some weight. How much you lost, Boo?
40 pounds.
40 pounds.
6 months.
40 pounds in 6 months. There you go. That's commitment and dedication. All right, we're gonna move on. All right, I just want to show you this little setup here. This is just a 1,000-gallon pool tank, and we got it hooked up this old truck here, but it runs pretty good. It's a diesel, and something we can just don't have a big need for this truck other than what it's doing, but something we can just have in the field with the planter so we can get what we call pop-up, and I'm going to show you what that is. Paul had a little blend of stuff made up right here, what we call starter blends, what Paul called it, and we take this right here. Here's one tote. This is a 250-gallon tote, and you mix it up to 1,000 gallons. It does 250 acres. We'll put that in the 1,000-gallon tank and finish it up with water. Put 750 gallons of water in it. And he's got about 7 of these things here. And that dribbles right on top of the seed. When this metering unit drops the seed, and we're dropping it about every 6 3/4 inches spaced apart, then there's a little tube of fluid running right on top of it. Now what it does, that's Paul's game there. But I've never done it, but we've done it for the last 3-4 years, but Paul's been trying to get schooled from David Hula and Randy Dowdy, who are the corn gods in the United States. So he's learning, and our yields have gone up from it. But I'm gonna get him on the camera a little bit later today, and I'm gonna let him tell you what's in it. Done a little running around. Let's get on this thing, carry it to the field. I'm actually not gonna do any planting. I hope I don't, but if I have to, I will. But this is Paul's game right here. But he's tied up with something else this morning, and I'm gonna get it to the field for him. Ooh, that's cold right there. I gotta get some of that. It got down to 38 degrees last night. So yeah, it got down to 38 degrees last night, and I'm going to turn that air conditioner off, what I'm gonna do. I don't believe I need that on. All right. Leaving the fuel tanks here. Slipping right down here to Picket Pond. Some of Paul's electronics here. I don't know what they do, nothing about it, but a truck hooked to our fertilizer tender in the shelter. We're getting these houses ready here. We're placing back birds next week, I think. Not exactly sure what day, the placement day to come out today. Pretty right here at the pond. Right calm. Sun shining across the water. It's pretty. Planted all these live oak trees here. I planted them in 2011. So they're growing fast. What's that, 15 years ago? 14 anyway. All right, now I'm gonna try something I hadn't done in a long time. Let's fold this planter out. There's a little process to it, and I don't exactly sure I know. I believe you gotta come first thing here and detent that. And this control over here, transport. Yeah, there you go. Put my wheels down. Lowers it down there. All right, I gotta let my lift down just a little bit on my tractor. And get the tongue, just drop down below those catches right there. And there you go. That's it. Now I got to fold it out. So I come back here and I hit fold. Look at there. Look at there. Sweet. Now you got to have your tractor in neutral when you do this. Somebody did some thinking to get that to happen like that. The center of the planter's coming closer to us as it's folding out. It's all the way up here like that. And bam, just like that, it's done. Now, we're at transport here. I think we're going to plant now. All right. That cycles it there, and that raises it up. Now we got to get fluids on it. We already got some seed in it. So let me back it up so we can get to the other trucks, the 10-wheeler and the 1,000-gallon tank. Okay, I think that's about it right there. So put her in park, and we'll go get our trucks. It's okay? All right. All right, we've got it hooked up now, and going to put this pop-up in. Honda motor's hard to beat. Let's see which tank we got it going in. Right there. Although these tanks are yellow, you can see through them, especially with the sun shining like that. Tell exactly what you got. That makes it nice. These are 150-gallon tanks. All we're filling right now are the end tanks. See that end tank down there? It's not got any going into it. Because we have a, what we call a three-way valve here. If you pull this lever here, like that, it shuts that one off. And it starts going in this end one down here. So you don't have to hook up to each individual tank. I'm gonna fill them up about halfway to get started. Never know, something may be wrong, and you have to empty it out for some reason. Since this is our first run at planting, try not to overdo it right to start with. Just checking the level on that tank. Not quite half full yet. Working on it. Got Boo Boo and Paul here. This is going to be our first day of planting for the 25 corn season. And show you what we got going on here. We're pumping this 2x2. What we're going to put 2 inches to the side and 2 inches down below the corn seed. And this is front field on the tractor here. So we'll see how this is going to go. Since you're only going to plant 35 acres here, you'll stop that a little bit short and fill the tractor all the way up.
I'll put like 500 in it and then fill the tractor. That'll plant 70 acres.
I was showing the people on camera about the pop-up. What chemicals are in the pop-up?
There's basically just humic acid and some other stuff.
Any manganese?
Just releasing something that'll release helps mobilize the nutrients from the soil. I don't know the name of it.
Okay. And how many gallons of that we're putting per acre? 5? 10?
The final solution is 4 gallons.
Okay.
But the total product is about a gallon. So we're adding 3 gallons of water to it. Then
That's right.
the 2x2 starter is just straight nitrogen.
All right, so he changes his valve over here, stops the flow to this tank with one move of the valve, and it begins to fill up the fender tanks right here. And the fender tanks have got a gauge. Once it gets up to 800 gallons, you can start seeing it as it fills up right there, so you don't run it over. It's got a little floaty ball right there. It kind of floats up to help you see your level, so sometimes like what we're using now is clear, it's not dark. So the fender tanks hold 500 gallons apiece on each side. So there's 1,000 gallons. This is 600 gallon tank, which we've got about 500 in it. So there's 1,500 gallons. I think we're putting about 20 to 25 gallons. I'm not exactly sure. But so there's 70 acres probably we can plant, maybe 65 or 70 before we have to refill. We'll get it going here in a minute. Nowadays, millennial farmers, they do it different than us old school guys. Paul just said, I got to get in the tractor and download my phone into the computer on the tractor. That's where he lost me. That's all I can do to answer the phone on a call. I can text a little bit, but I don't believe I've ever been on the internet on my phone. So just never had a need to. I do get on the internet a lot on the computer, but I don't really know how to. My eyes aren't good enough to see it on the phone like I should, but so that's why I don't use it that much. Got Paul in there. He's downloading, he's got to download his field. Now this thing right here, it's going to drive itself. When he gets started, lets the lift down, it's going, we strip rip this 12 rows at a time. And there's a seed bed right there. There's a seed bed there. And here's one here. Oh, so, but we strip tilled it through RTK, which is a guidance system, I think through John Deere. And so the gap between the 12 rows on this side and 12 rows on that side stays accurate. And so in order for it to do that, you can't drive the tractor good enough to make that happen, but satellites can drive it. So you have, this tractor has 2 satellites on it. It's got a satellite for the planter right here. Now this is something new for this year, so this is what it's supposed to do for us. We've got the satellite right there on the planter, and the planter knows where it's got to be because we use the same lines to strip till with. It's already pre-programmed in to a screen when we were strip tilling it, and this will go back and follow the same lines. In order to get the planter where it needs to be right on top of the road, you cannot rely on the guidance system of the tractor alone, because the guidance system of the tractor alone, you can see up there on the top of the tractor, will put the tractor exactly where it needs to be. But when you're going around a curved end, the planter will lag one way or the other, depends on which way you're turning, and your planter will get off of those rows. And in order to compensate that, it takes the position of the planter. So if you're going around a curve to your left, then your tractor has to be sitting further to the right, so when you get around that curve, the planter actually drifts left of where the tractor is going, and the planter will be in the right place. If the satellite tells the planter that it is in the wrong place, so it's off 4 or 5 inches, it will self-drive the tractor to the right if the planter is too far off to the left, to try to compensate and get the planter moved over where it's supposed to be, which is absolutely just amazing technology. But now, this is going, like I say, this is going to be the first year we use it, so I don't know how well that's going to work. We're going to find out, but it may not work as good as we want it to work. But I don't think we're the first ones to try it, by no means. I think it's done a lot. And anyway, he's got his tank full. You see the fluid's up there, the red ball's all the way up to the top. So you kind of watch that as it fills up, like I say, so you don't overfill it. And we put our hoses back up here, move the truck out of the way. He should have enough up there, like I say, to do probably at least 60 acres. There's only 35 acres in this field, so he'll have enough to do this field. And I got one more piece of electronic equipment. He's got to have his iPad in there. I mean, there's screens everywhere. My God. He's probably watching Fox News up in there. All right. We'll let him get in the field and get started, and we'll show you what he's doing. Okay, me and Boo Boo and Fidel, we were working on a fertilizer spreader. Had to replace some linkage in the drag back chain and pause. Figured out the electronics on that rig there, and looks like he's moving on. I'm gonna walk out here to the field, ride a round or two with Paul. See how it's going. like it's dead on it.
Dead on. Going pretty good.
That's good. You ain't got more with this last round to make, have you?
Yep. When I get to the other end, I'll be done.
All right.
It'll take too long once I got it figured out.
Yeah, I knew it would take some figuring out. I'm just glad all the parts are coming together. Now it's driving itself.
Yeah.
You don't have to steer it.
No.
If it's curved like the inroads, you didn't have to steer that either?
Steer nothing.
You didn't steer nothing. But now you still got to work your lift.
Yeah, I mean, I got to
Raise and lower.
raise and lower it. But,
What am I looking at right there? Look at there. Look at that right there.
yeah, that's
That is the
population.
field.
Yeah, that's population.
The orange has already been planted. And you see the little tractor in the center is painting the dark area. Amazing. Look right there, there's another screen replicating it, doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's running the row units. This is recording data. And this screen's driving.
This is the older guy that's here that's driving the tractor. And that's kind of like what we call painting the field. Once you get it all painted, there you go. Now I'm gonna tell you, that's high tech. I don't care where you're from. Got Fidel here. Me and him's come check out the Paul planting. Paul walked to the back of the planter to see what was going on, make sure things are working like they should. It'd be working. And now he's gonna get back going. That noise you hear is them fans. It's got some big fans right there on both sides that creates a vacuum that draws the seed next to the hole in the seed plate. And then you got another big fan, you hear it come on just as it started like a jet engine. And that's the one big fan that blows the seed from the big hoppers to each individual row. They blow through a tube about 1 inch inside diameter and blows the seed to the individual planting units. So kind of complex. Let's check out these rows right here now. Fidel. Let's dig right down here and look at these, find me some seed right down there so I can see about how deep it is. Paul said it was a little damp out here, and it is a little damp. Something's going on right here, I don't know what that is. How deep is it? It's supposed to be 2 inches deep. That's deep enough. You're not going to be any deeper than that. Careful now, you're fixing to hit it. There, the hole. You done scratched it up right there. That looks about right. Put them back in the hole. Yeah, they'll be fine right there. Got something going on right here with one of these rows. It don't look right. Of course, it was dragging, but now it's quit dragging up there. It looks like a little better. So I'm gonna be right here when he comes back, and I'm gonna look and check it out and see what it's doing. So, standing in the back of the planter, the rows are numbered from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's half of the row, so it's row 13. Unlucky 13. I will be daggone. Go figure. Unlucky 13. Oh man. All right, let's see. He's turned around here. Let's see what 13 looks like now. When we come in the field, first thing we do is plant the inrows before the. If you turn on them, you're gonna have some hard, packed ground to plant on, and that's not what you want. So we plant our inrows first, and we normally plant twice with the width of that planter, so 48 rows. And so, and do the same thing when we come picking it. We picked the 48 rows first on the ends, and that gives you plenty of room to turn the combine around. And here he comes right here. You want your rows to kind of look uniform and the same. And if they don't, something ain't quite right. So let's see what we got here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13's doing better. Those chains seem to be drawn. This is soybean stubbles right here. Those drag chains on the back seem to be kind of wiping off the side of the hill there with a little wad of soybean stubble, but that shouldn't bother anything. Right here's the center of the road. Right here. And with what we're doing now, those road markers are obsolete. We don't need them. Don't need them on the, we used to just use them on the end rows and do the auto track on the tractor and do the main field. So we just need them a little bit for the end rows, but with the new system we got going on now, we don't even need them for that. That right there. This one here has a ridge over there. When it was ripped, the strip ripper has got a road cleaner on the front of it, and it rakes up a little hill like that. You see that hill right here? And although I'm not crazy about that, but that's what it does. And you plant your rows right here. Plant your row right there where that mark is. We don't plant on that hill, but I believe that'll be fine. All right, I'm gonna get in the tractor and ride with Paul just a little bit. All right, we'll use this right here as a pickup truck every now and then to move the seed tender around. Paul was getting low in seed, so he's filling up the seed. Let me show you this over here. Kind of loud behind the motor. Come up here in just a minute. 100 bushels, no, 50 bushels. There's 50 bushels on this side. Now that's decaf seed there? No. The red is what?
Decaf.
And the green, oh God.
No, sorry, green decaf.
The green is decaf, that's Pioneer right there. I get it. No control far down. Anyway, seed tender here. When we're getting this planter ready, we had to come here. See those little spikes on these tires? We had to come here and put new tires here and here, and these 4 tires here, that holds all the weight going down the highway. These other tires over here, The only weight they hold is when it's unfolded, it's in the field. You know, you never wear the tread off of them, but like I showed you, one of my boating prep, trailer prep, getting ready to go on a long haul after 7 or 8 years, and these tires here are probably 14, 15 years old. And we just went ahead and replaced them, so we wouldn't have any flats going down the highway. Go back up there now. See what it's got going on here. Move it over to the other hopper. Always get a little shovel up here to transfer a little seed if we have to. So you're planting Pioneer on one side and Decab on the other side. What's the maturity date on it?
13.
13 days. Okay. Dusty. So we got some powder in there, graphite type powder that makes the seed slick and makes it slide to the individual hoppers a lot easier. It's less apt to clog together and stick up. So they have a 1250 seed treatment on it that keeps bill bugs from eating it and insects until it gets sprouting up and growing. And also it keeps the bill bugs on up to probably 4 or 5 weeks after planting away from it. But anyway, so here's the tubes the seed flows in. Very complicated. This is what we call the pop-up I showed talking about earlier. See that little white piece laying on the ground there? And over here, clear looking plastic white piece. Well, when the seed falls through a slotted V opening, those drag across the top of the seed and firms the seed into the bottom of the trench. And then these pinches the dirt on both sides of the trench to firm it dirt around the trench. And pretty, you know, so on top of the trench, it's not really compacted on the very top, just around the sides. These fans here, one on each side, run a vacuum. And vacuum pulls a vacuum inside this hopper, and it's designed where it sucks the seed to a little opening in a round disc about probably 10 inches in diameter. It sucks the seed to one side of it, and as that disc rotates around, it cuts off the suction at the bottom. The seed just falls off of it and down into the trench. These are the airbags that give it pressure, down pressure. In the harder ground, you'll need more down pressure. That's controlled with an air compressor inside the cab of the tractor, so you can see your digital readout of what kind of pressure you got. And this big fan right here, it creates air in that tube, and it's blowing air into here. And if all those tubes full of seed going, each tube goes to a different row. And that's what supplies each individual hopper with its seed. Because the seed that you could hold in that hopper there, if all of them were full to the level they normally operate, you could probably only plant, even with 24 of them, you can only probably plant, I'm gonna just guess, maybe 2.5 acres at the most, just guessing. So anyway, that's kind of the makeup of the planter. The liquid that's on the tractor and it's on that 600-gallon tank, they're on the front side. They're called fertilizer disc openers. And they're set to a certain depth. These will be the gauge wheels, the black ones. And you see this tube right here comes around and injects right in here and the pump has a setting on it, and so that it distributes out, and we're doing about 20, probably 22 or 23 gallons, I think, per acre. And that's, right now we're just using a nitrogen solution, and 30% nitrogen. All right, I think Paul's got all the seed he's got in that hopper out. Swing it around. I'm going to release the lock here. Okay. Now it comes back like this. All controls it going down. And it comes back here. Slows out in that hole. Look at that. Put a clip right in it. So it don't hop out. That's pretty much it. Slides down the highway like that. Slows it down, cuts it off. All right, the hopper's empty, isn't it, Paul?
Yes.
All right. Now we gotta come back in here. I gotta go find some help. We gotta put, these are boxes of seed here, and we'll probably put 1 box to 2 boxes on each end of that tender. So each box, I think the plant maybe, well, there's 125 bags there, and a bag is planted about 2.5 acres. So we're gonna get some seed, put in that seed tender where we have it ready to go next time. When you want me to load that seed hopper back, what you want me to put in it?
Next week.
Won't be right now.
No.
All right, look at this washout right here. My God.
Sprayer tray.
Sprayer tray, easy now. That's about as bad as it is right there. I mean, it's right easy. It's rolling land like this. I mean, this, you get some heavy rains and you have to spray your crop when it's wet. Create some bad ruts, and all the water runs them ruts just like a water fur, and it cuts you deep ruts in your field, and that's not good. But it's not everywhere, it's just certain places. All right, Paul's back doing the millennial thing, just letting it ride. He's got, I think you got, tell me about the truck now. You got it programmed where it don't throttle speeds up when it needs to?
I'll be honest with you, I don't even
Well, you
know.
got it wide open, it ain't wide open. So it's got,
It's on auto.
yeah, full auto.
About 1,500 RPM is all it takes to pull it.
And there we are planting there. Now, tell me about the red, green, the yellow.
Population. Drop the population outside the pivot over there. And just testing out a few different populations.
I see over there in the red area where we don't put irrigated water. Is that right?
Yeah. Pivot don't wet that.
All right, I'm with you. But it's already planted.
Yeah, it's already planted.
So all we got left to plant right there is what that little brown strip right there. I'm with you.
Yeah.
And we're planting it right there. You can see the little right there. Looks like a tractor planter right there, and it is coming down the screen, and it's painting it as it comes. It's crazy. This right here has already been strip ripped, and it's I think the subsoilers on the strip till rig went down about 16 inches. Is that right?
Something like that.
Now right here you see the inroads already planted here. Now this is 48 inroads. Got to have a lot. Now we pull it out, plastic in. But now even though your planter's down, and you plant from where you don't have it planted, and it runs into where you got it planted, your row units cut themselves off, don't they?
That's right.
So you cannot double plant if you wanted to.
Not unless you cut off that swath control right there.
Right. Yeah. But you set your swath control when you start planting around your ends, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, see, it don't plant. It started planting right there.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Every time it hits, if it was double planted, it would, this would be over top of that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Pretty nice. And then we are going back. We're working our way back to our outside inroads. We got 48 inroads over there next to that pivot. And he just got to make his way over there.
We got 2 passes left.
So in other words, you actually get to the end, you got 1 round and it's over. Or this one and 1 more.
Yeah. Oh no, there's two left over there.
2 left over
There's
there.
1 in like a half a round over there.
Uh-huh. Watch this right here. I might bust my bump, but I'm going to jump down. Yeah. These chains, what they do, see when you pinch it together, got a ridge. What it does is that ridge, you don't want it right there on top of your corn, where your corn's got to come through that ridge. No reason for it to be there. And them heavy chains, they just drag it off. There he goes. Fans are screaming, but it's working beautiful. We got behind the 8 ball this year, and Paul just had a baby on April the 5th, and he had to do some daddy duties, and still has to do some. But those washouts I was just looking at are some duties that we should have tried to take care of a little bit, but we just got behind. It rained a lot in March, and sometimes you just got more to do than you can get done. But anyway, it'll make corn big this field is looking here, but I'm gonna say probably 50 acres, maybe. Be a guess. These are Paul's chicken houses here. And he's got his tanks and trucks over here and all. Looking back that way, that's the hog houses. And earlier in the video, way back over there, the blue chicken houses. That's Picket Pond area, and the offices on the other side of that. So, kind of a little vicinity map for you reference. All right, I got a couple of guys here on the farm I want you to meet. Right here with the white shirt on. What's your name, buddy?
Carlos.
This
Martin.
is Martin. This is Carlos and Martin. I asked him his name, but I know who they are. Martin tends to the hogs back over here, him and his wife, Anna. And Carlos tends to the chickens right here. And they both live right here on the farm close by. Carlos lives up there in those trees, and Martin lives on the other side of the highway on the other side. And but they've been with us a long time. Carlos used to run the bulldozers or something. Yeah. Yeah, we used to clear land. Carlos was raking pile.
It's a clean the
Clean the field. Yeah, all this right here was trees whenever Carlos was here. And he took the bulldozer and raked it up and piled and burned it. And so, jack of all trades. All right, I'm gonna go back out here with Paul and see you guys.
See you later.
Good guys. They do a lot of work for us. The tractor steering itself. See, Paul don't even have a hold of the steering wheel. And it's making up its mind where it needs to go. Alright guys, we're going to call it a day. It's supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow. By my estimate, Paul, we've done about 130 acres?
Something about like that.
Yeah. Okay, well it was a good first day, although it started a little slow. We had a lot of kinks to work out of the electronics and so forth. But anyway, appreciate you watching the channel. Hope you like this video of corn planting video. And we'll catch you on the next video when it comes out. Until next time, take care. See you.